So, how's it going?
I didn't finish all the work.
That's okay.
When I crawl the data, I was crawl some sentence information from 1989 to
Yeah. The last 30 years.
but it just shows 500 results. So I use this.
That should be about right, I think. What's 500? So 30 years. 30 years times 50. What's 30 times 50? About 50. Should be about 1500 then, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Maybe
So basically a lot.
Be about
1500. Yeah, you're right.
100. And I clean this data using the web spider.
Yeah.
And after cleaning the data, and it shows 1,000.
Okay, so that's better. So now you can actually query and you can say person. So that query is elected in year greater than 1989. Yeah, okay, that's good. Right.
And then
I think that's a big improvement because you can pull that information out with one query. In the past, that wasn't possible to do. You would have had to.
And then I get gender, link count, and the Scopus ID.
Yep.
And I can, by using the Scopus ID to get the age index and citation count and document count.
Right. Yeah.
And just adjust 10% to get the citation count each index.
Right. So you've got. So has this table got 1,500 rows in it? Then?
No.
Not quite. Maybe a bit less because there's some that don't have Scopus IDs, aren't there? There's like just seeing there.
Yeah.
Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's not going to ever have a. Do you know how many there are without Scopus IDs? How many Scopus IDs?
1,200 have Scopus
There's
ID.
300 that don't. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's quite high. That's a much higher number than I was expecting.
And when I run the script, it shows that some Scopus ID has been merged, and then profile is now one of this.
Okay. Yeah, so I think sometimes what happens is they merge, because some people have, find an example, I think, this guy, for example, I'm doing it the wrong way. I should search for the name, shouldn't I? So if you search for author Bernie Yuan, I think you'll find, yeah. So it's quite common for some authors to have more than one ID, and actually I'm not sure how merging is managed, whether it's something that author can say, no, that's me and that's also me, please merge the records. So I suppose, are there going to be, how many records are there that have got multiple Scopus IDs?
Actually, I don't know how many.
So it might be useful to find out of those 1,500. Let's see. Where they have multiple Scopus IDs, I would just tend to pick the one that's got the most, because obviously that's probably the best one to pick. So you look for the one that has the most number of documents associated with it, because that's yeah. So when do you get that message where it said in this Python script it said something about merging in on the it was on the Python on the command line. Author profile has been merged. Please update your records manually. So if we look for that 70039, what was the number again?
700393218
70 another O 39 321 89.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's redirected, hasn't it? Automatically.
Yeah.
So I guess click sing. What was that guy's name? Okay, we click sing. Probably him. Scopus. So you've got 700. You've got that number there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is actually the record needs updating. I don't know how. I hope there's not lots of these. Trying to log in now. Oh, I was logged in. Bother. So that is wrong. It should be 5.
So I need to write script to clean the data.
But hang on. So that guy's actually only got one record, though, hasn't he? So what was the original Scopus ID that you had? So that's been merged with that one. That's only got one record. What was the original Scopus ID you had in that script? It said the one you requested has been merged, so it was
57119.
Yeah.
5297
5297
879.
879.
Same page. As other ID is shown like that. 571.
So it's that one, isn't it? That should be that one with a 521 documents, which is that one.
Oh, he's Germany. I don't think it's the same person.
Oh, is it a different person then? So
Yeah.
this is, I've got German physicist.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. So I guess the questions we need to figure out are, out of the 100, how many have multiple Scopus IDs? What was the other question?
And some people don't have Scopus ID, but I can search the person in Scopus, like Elon Musk.
Yeah, so I think actually, so people like Elon Musk are very unlikely to have. There are some I think we just have to accept that they'll never have a Scopus ID. Some don't, because Elon Musk he's an entrepreneur, so he's not going to have published any papers. Pretty sure he won't have anything. Oh no, he has. Okay, so it might be worth going through and doing. If you generate a list of
yesterday.
it's there. Oh, you've
I
added it.
updated this
Okay.
information.
Yeah, so it might be useful to generate a list because some, I mean, like Prince William will never have a Scopus ID because he's never going to publish a paper.
Oh.
But it'd be useful to have a list of yeah. So what else is there? What's next in terms of doing stuff with it, doing some of the data analysis? I mean, because you can probably ignore. Now you've got some data, you can probably start doing some analysis on the model and trying to build a model that predicts.
Is this enough? About 1,000?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it'd be nice if it was more, but it's quite a slow process doing more. You could try going back another 10 years, say. I don't know. What. I mean, ideally, you'd like to do. If you have time, it might be worth looking at going further back into time, so maybe to 1979, say, and see if. But then the data starts to deteriorate a bit as you go further back in time. So maybe. Or thereabout. That would give you an extra 500, so you'd be more like about 2,000. Yeah. How many are there?
0.
That's because they won't have the data entered in. So,
So I need to.
So it might be safer just to ignore them. Because otherwise you'll have to go into each individual record, add an elected in year, which could be a little bit of a pain. Yeah. So that's probably not worth it. I think that's probably not worth doing. I mean, it might be good to start analysing the data that you do have. So trying to see if, given the information about citation counts and number of documents, does that give you an idea of, is there any correlation between a high citation count and the absence or presence of a Wikipedia article? That might be one thing you could look at.
Okay.
Right. I have to cut this meeting short, but are you okay to meet at the same time next week?
Yeah. Okay.
Have you got enough? Have you got enough to be getting on with over the next week? Are there any things that are blocking you? Any things that are slowing you down?
No.
No, okay. Well, I can contact me on email. It's just it's a busy week this week because we've got exam board
Okay.
meetings and there's lots of rushing around trying to get stuff done. But yeah. Okay. All right. I'll see you next Monday.
Yeah.
Next Friday. Sorry.
Yeah.
Brain
See you.
fog. All right.